Hey, Nick, when you're sort of watching those games develop and you got kids out there playing, you wish you could stop it and say, no, 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 we got to do this. No, 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 we got to do that. As the play's going on.
Well, that's what timeouts are for, Doug. And we were, out and trying in between as well to just change some things. And I don't know, um, did some okay things. Just a half step slow on a few of the coverages, just like we knew, and we just couldn't quite unfreeze ourselves to go complete them. Wasn't very happy with how the offense um, generated shots for a lot of that game. I mean, it's kind of a tale of the quarters. I think the second group did a pretty good job both times they were in. The first group was really struggling to get good shots. So maybe we'll look at, I don't know, just change for change's sake to see if we can build some different chemistry or something like that. Um, there was some, second quarter was pretty good. We hung in there for a little while and then it kind of got away from us.
But that's kind of what in-game development is, right? Trying to get these guys to
Yep.
understand not to be half a step slow or
Yep.
half a
That's
beat
right.
behind.
That's right. And again, it wasn't, we'd probably go in there at halftime and show them about 10 defensive clips, and there was five of them that were half step slow, and there were five that were done exactly right.
Yeah.
Right. There was some good ones, and we got them doing the things we wanted to do and taking tough shots and rebounding them and those kind of things. But, as you don't have much margin for error in a night like tonight. And you don't have much margin for error in general if you want to hit the floor. When we're into this, when we're really on it, you hear me talking a lot about the second unit being able to hold their own at both ends. You can't just go down and not get a good shot and give up a open shot and not get a good shot and give up an open shot. And the one of those things you usually can control. Like I say, we got to do the right things on defense and hold our own, generate the right shots. And the only way you get in trouble is you get in one of those runs where they don't go in.
Right. Right.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
You're
Talk to
welcome.
you later on the week.
Okay. Thank you.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Nick. Just kind of wondering, there's one moment there you had a timeout. The game's pretty much out of hand, and you're talking to Jalen and Malachi and the rest. And then are you kind of embracing this pure teaching phase that you're in right now? I know you're always, winning is pretty important to you, but
yeah,
this is something maybe kind of refreshing or different for you.
Well, I just think that's the job, really, Michael. I don't think it's really anything. I'm just trying to give them some solutions out there, right, of what I'm seeing, and try to get them to get out of a rut of things they keep doing over and over and that isn't generating very good actions, and try to get them to change. And it's a good lesson, I think, for us as a staff and for them to understand. Like, this team plays you pretty straight up, and then in the fourth quarter they go small and they start switching. Well, a lot of teams do that, right? And you got to be able to shift gears. And it took us, two, three, four possessions, and then I got them together and said, hey, we got to go to our different offensive system that we play versus switching. And then we couldn't quite get to it, so then I had to tell them, it's kind of you got to get them to kind of realize that what's happening out there and then counter what's happening. So, and that's tough. I mean, listen, they're long and they're athletic and they're older and they're bigger and all that stuff too. So even if they are doing some of the right things, their sheer athleticism and experience is going to make up for some of that. So just trying to get them to do the right things, Michael, all the time. That's it.
But I mean, just in terms of your role, typically, you're grinding every possession, almost like it's very tactically driven, right? You're trying to, not that you're trying to not win games, but now it's more like, it seems to be, you're more about using each of these possessions as learning opportunities. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know.
Well, maybe, but there's probably a lot more learning and teaching that needs to go on with younger players, Michael. Maybe that's what you're seeing a little bit. Usually the vets are, you tell them one time and they're going to make the shift or whatever, or they're going to make it on their own or whatever, and whatever the younger guys just need, again, they don't see it and they don't feel it. So you maybe got to tell them again, or tell them in a different way, or draw it out for them, or whatever it is. You just keep looking for the way that they can let it sink in and then take it to the floor and execute it.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thanks, Michael.
I'm going to go next to Vivek Jacob from Complex Canada.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Vic.
Sticking with the theme of in-game player development, end of the first half, Malachi takes a three that keeps the 2-for-1 alive. Then when he gets the steal, he backs it out and makes sure you guys get the last shot. Is that the type of thing that you've just come to expect from him now? Or is that you still look at that and say, hey, that's a good moment?
No, that's a really good moment. I think that all those areas are learning. He's gone over some of the learning curve on some of this stuff. I think he's become a much more confident play caller. I still need him to get off the ball more. I think he's going to have tons of pick and rolls and things to do with the ball, and he needs to make sure it circulates some more. But that was a good one. I think there's tremendous growth he's shown as a point guard. He hasn't shot it like tremendously well in a stretch here, but welcome to hitting the scouting report. And they even probably changed their starting lineup because they wanted to go after him and see if he could handle Patrick Beverley breathing down his neck, to start the game. So that's again, also growing experiences, and he's got to, step up to those challenges and then still think the game as well.
What's your process in sort of helping those young guys figure out the adjustment to the adjustment and being part of a scouting report?
Well, I mean, it's they made that late switch, and I went and talked to them immediately and said, hey, they've switched it, and here's why I think they've switched it. So, heads up and be ready for some physicality, and again, get off the ball. Maybe call a couple things where Stanley can bring it up. You don't need to fight that every single possession, and then you need to be in attack mode too. If he's going to pick you up and try to turn you in that, you got to make a move and go by him and go make a play. Be the aggressor. Don't let him get you back on your heels. So, and then we'll review it again too with the film and stuff, Vivek. It's really valuable time here. It's not just get it over with here in these games. It's a week of valuable time that we got to be looking towards the future.
Thanks, Nick. Have a good night.
Thank you, Vivek. Yep.
Next question goes to Aaron Rose from SI.com.
Hey, Nick. I'll start with Jalen. Is there more ball handling skills than maybe you had initially thought, or what do you think of his skills sort of with the ball?
He had 5 turnovers tonight, Aaron, so I don't think his ball handling was very good. That's a really big number in 25 minutes, right? So he got himself into some jams, or he made some mistakes passing the ball. He's had some really good moments, Aaron. I think that he's got some pop with the first step. He's got some finish to his game. He can vault up and shoot a little bit. But again, when you're playing a really physical, long, talented defensive team, those gaps close in a hurry, right? So we talk about get off it early. You can't try to jam in against these long, lengthy athletes, where you got to make a move and get off it early, and then and make a safe decision. And that's, again, experience and time on the court.
And Doug was asking you a question the other day, I think, about what you're looking for in terms of, do you want these guys to be sort of different than who they are, or sort of stay in their lane, for lack of a better term? And you gave the example of Utah. I'm wondering, what are the things you're looking for from Gary? Do you want him? He's sort of more of the offense than he probably will be when everyone's healthy. How are you looking for him to sort of develop in these opportunities where he's more of the offense than he probably will be in the future, if that makes sense?
Well, again, he's got to be a rhythm shooter too, Aaron. Like, the shots in the offense need to come to him, and when they're there, he needs to take them, right? He's got to take quality shots. I'm not so sure he had a lot of quality looks tonight, right? And I think you stand by this, not with just Gary, with anybody. If you're taking heavily contested shots off the bounce, you're going to make a low percentage. That's just the NBA. That's just the reality of it. Not hardly anybody makes a high percentage of highly contested shots off the bounce. right? So he's got to make good decisions and make some plays at the rim. He's got to generate some offense because he is a scorer. And that doesn't mean by scoring. He's got to generate some offense by attacking and then finding the open man as well.
I guess Kawhi would be a guy that makes those shots off the bounce and heavily contested.
He makes some, yeah. He's up there. Him and Dirk and Kobe and MJ, and
Thanks,
that's all the further I'm going back.
Final question goes to Takeshi Shibata.
Hey, Takeshi, what's happening, man?
Yes, very good. Thank you for the time. And I am wondering, this is my idea, and I would like to know how you feel about this. During I watch Utah play this season, I rarely see him squaring up with the ball in his hand against his matchups. So, do you encourage him to face up, square up with his matchup more to be able to create his own shots that as you said yesterday.
Yeah, no, I think Takeshi, one thing Utah does is what we call play off the catch. He's already into the move as the ball's coming to him, and that's why he's kind of by people and in the paint. And he was a good kick out passer. Now he's like we've talked about here for several weeks, they stay home a little bit more because he was finding a lot of kickouts. So it's kind of made him. We talked about it. Made him play against his matchup or one-on-one down the lane, but it's usually on the move. And I like that. As part of his game, he's one of the guys that does attack pretty aggressively. He's into the paint a lot. I'm not so sure that having him hold it is going to do anything other than let the rest of the defense get set a little bit more and get in their shell and have more help ready. He usually beats that help in there because he plays off the catch. So we're happy with the way he plays like that.